Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another episode of Battle Bites here in World of Tanks, and today we're in the Waffenträger auf Panzer 4, the baby waffle, because the on-track event is going on right now. So this is when you get increased XP in a line of tanks and also a discount on those tanks. And the reason that they're doing the Waffenträger is because the new Tier 10 tank destroyer for the German tank line has been added, the Grille 15, which, unlike the PC version, is not replacing the Waffenträger E100. Instead, it's just going to be a second branch from the Waffenträger auf Panzer 4. I already have the E100 version of the Waffenträger, and I gotta tell you, I hate it. I think it was my second Tier 10 tank. I saw the videos, I saw everyone rave about how good it is, and for me, it just isn't that. I get that it's the best machine in the game at putting out 3,000 damage in 6 seconds, but other than that, it's terrible at everything else. It gets spotted from anywhere, it has no ammo, no armor on that top turret, and it takes a minute to reload, and it's not slow, but it's definitely not mobile. It's just not my playstyle. I get it if you're in a platoon of them, if you're really good and you're patient, it can be a devastating machine. And yes, if there are 4 tanks in front of you on less than 25% of their health, you could take out all 4. I've seen, clips of that, but those are the exceptions. Usually that tank is a one clip and done. You fire off your clip, you do 2,000 damage, and then you get absolutely obliterated because you got spotted when you fired your gun. So I don't like playing that tank. I don't play it much anymore. I haven't played it a whole lot since I first unlocked it, but I'm really excited about the Grille 15. That is perfect for me. High speed, damage gun. The damage on the gun is really high, 750, and it's accurate. Again, no armor, but that's okay. So give me something that can move and that can put out a ton of damage and that can be accurate doing it. That sounds great. So I'm looking forward to getting to that tank. But to get there, I have to spend some more time in the baby waffle here. And this is a good tank. I like it way more than the Borsig. If you're a sniper, the Borsig is the tank for you, right? Its camo is probably the best in the game, give or take some odd exceptions. The gun is really good. But for me, the Borsig is too slow. It's got to be either a patient sniper at the back, and then it's too slow to clean up, or if you get completely overrun, then you're not going to be able to do much with it anyway. The Panzer IV version, you can be much more mobile, much more aggressive. You can kind of play it like a medium tank, which is what I'm doing here. I've pushed with the heavies, I'm supporting them, and then I'm using my mobility, which is decent, and my big ol' 700, actually this is the 128mm version, so it's 560 average damage on each of these shots. This tank can equip a 15cm gun, which does have the higher alpha and the slower rate of fire. So I've pushed around the corner here, and the enemy has 2 heavy tanks dug in up on the hill there, which allows them to have a nice hull down position. So I was able to put in a shot, but then I needed to pull back, and I'm just going to kind of hug the mountain there so those 2 tanks can't take advantage of their hull down position and get shots into me. Because in this tank destroyer, if you get shot, you're losing hit points. But now we've got an opportunity here for the T-54E1. He's kind of making a break here, and that allows me to put a great shot into him. That is the Tier 9 medium tank for the Americans, and it has an autoloader, and if he puts his full clip into me, he could take me out right now. So I'm being careful. I put a shot in, and I guess I just hit his tracks there. His side armor was angled pretty well, but man, I felt like that should have gone through. But I was keeping that rock. I knew where that rock was, so I could pull forward. If he started shooting at me, I'd be able to use that rock to break his line of sight. But then he gets tracked. I'm able to put one into the lower plate and finish him off. We're aiming at the T-32, was hoping for some revenge from the shot he put into me earlier. Unfortunately, just before the gun reloads, our allies take out that American heavy tank. And now we're kind of finishing the pincer here. We're wrapping around, and we see a fatherland. And boy, that was sweet. That made it feel a little bit better, a little bit of revenge for that fatherland event where we spent so much time grinding our Soviet tanks, hoping for random medal drops. So nice to get a little snapshot in there. And then the T-30, the American Tier 9 tank destroyer, was retreating. We're able to put one into him for a low damage kill. That's our third kill of the game, and things are looking pretty good. We just need to wrap up here. It looks like there are 4 tanks left on the enemy team. There's at least one here, and yep, it's a Japanese super heavy, the Type 4, so we're going to load the premium rounds, expecting to have to go through some really heavy armor. And look at that, not even quite fully loaded. Able to put one into the cupola as the Type 4 was retreating, and we get a nice damage roll on that big, super heavy Japanese tank. And now we've got some help here, so I'm going to try and work with my ally here in the Russian heavy. But this is the weakness of this tank. This is the most frustrating part. The gun depression is so bad, especially over the front. Look at, I'm trying to get my gun down here, and I can't do it, and well, finally I see an opportunity to go after the Auf Panzer IV, my brother on the enemy team there. I put one in and then switch over to the high explosive rounds. I love the high explosive rounds for this tank, even for the 128 millimeter gun. You can hit any heavy tank pretty much anywhere. You're going to do 200 plus damage. You might run into a light tank like the Auf Panzer IV, and if you shoot one of them with one of these rounds, well, let's see what we can do here if we can put one in. But you're going to do way more than that 560 damage. And we're going to aim at his no armored turret, and 771 damage. That's actually a high roll. 700 damage is the average for those high explosive rounds. Again, only 65 millimeters of penetration on those rounds, so be careful what you're aiming at. But again, here we go. We're aiming at the cupola, 223 damage. Now I feel like hitting the cupola, I should have got a little bonus damage there, but still nice. So I carry a ton of those high explosive rounds in tier 10 games. I load those at the start of the battle because I know I'm going to hit a tank with really heavy armor up front. And hey, if I can put a 200 damage round on them to start, they might be a little more cautious about what they're doing. So we end up wrapping up the game there with a nice victory. We get a high caliber for 4,800 damage, just shy of 5,000, which was really nice. We pulled in 54,000 in terms of silver, over 4,300 XP. Of course, that was bumped for our some of the ops that are going on, and also the operation for the on-track event. But good enough for a second class mastery badge. And if we switch over to the team statistics, we can see that we came in top on the team, and that was a 1,523 base XP game for our 3 kills for just shy of 5,000 damage. And was that top damage in the game? It was. It looks like we doubled everybody on our team in terms of the damage we were doing, and that's because we stayed aggressive. If we decided to camp at the back and wait for things to come to us, we wouldn't have been able to do near that much damage. So again, not always the strategy for this tank. It's not meant to be a brawler, but I like playing it as a support tank. You get in with some heavies, let the heavies pop out, fire off their shots, and then you pop out with them and try to deliver that big punch. So then if we go into the detailed stats, we can see we fired 12 shots, 11 of those hit, pretty good accuracy, and 10 of those penetrated. So again, pretty good. I think maybe the one was off of a turret that we fired very quickly. So a good game all around. A decent tank. Definitely, if you're thinking of going up the tier 10 line, then don't be afraid of this tank. This isn't one of the roadblocks. It's a good tank destroyer. It's mobile, so if you like medium tank play like I do, this might be the tank destroyer that doesn't break it for you. I know there's a lot out there without turrets that are slow. I'm looking at the AT line for you British players. You know, those for me are really, really tough to play, but this one's not. So I encourage you, if you're at all thinking of pursuing this on-track event, then go for it and don't let this tank stop you, because it's a pretty good one. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. If you did, please feel free to leave a like on the video. I truly do appreciate it. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section about this tank. I'm not an expert in it, but I have grinded through it now 1.5 times, so I can give you some thoughts and advice based on my time with the tank. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.